Asking ChatGPT to repeat words forever is a violation of its terms. Another round of layoffs at Spotify. And Meta is disconnecting Messenger and Instagram chat later this month. It's Tuesday, December 5th, and this is Engadget News. Last week, a team of researchers published a paper showing that it was able to get ChatGPT to inadvertently reveal bits of data, including people's phone numbers, email addresses, and dates of birth, that it had been trained on by asking it to repeat words forever. According to a report in 404 Media and Engadget's own testing, doing this now is a violation of ChatGPT's terms of service. When Engadget testers prompted ChatGPT to repeat the word hello forever, the generative AI replied, "This content may violate our content policy or terms of use. If you believe this to be an error, please submit your feedback. Your input will aid our research in this area." Now, there's no language in OpenAI's content policy, however, that prohibits users from asking the service to repeat words forever, something that 404 Media notes. Under Terms of Use, OpenAI states that users may not use any automated or programmatic method to extract data or output from the services. But simply prompting ChatGPT to repeat a word forever is not automation or programmatic. OpenAI did not respond to a request for comment from Engadget. The chatbot's behavior has pulled back the curtain on the training data that modern AI services are powered by. Critics have accused companies like OpenAI of using enormous amounts of data available on the internet to build proprietary products like ChatGPT without consent from people who own this data and without compensating them. Spotify is cutting jobs for the third time this year. In a pre-holiday shocker, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek announced in a press release on Monday that Spotify is laying off 1,500 workers, or 17% of its workforce. The cuts are being made due to what Ek called the challenges ahead, and he elected to make them immediately instead of doing smaller reductions over time. Those affected were notified yesterday. The statement went on to read, "I realize that for many, a reduction of this size will feel surprisingly large given the recent positive earnings report and our performance. We debated making smaller reductions throughout 2024 and 2025, yet considering the gap between our financial goal state and our current operational costs, I decided that a substantial action to right-size our cost was the best option to accomplish our objectives." Eck went on to note that the company expanded considerably in 2020 and 2021 due to the lower cost of capital and said those investments worked, contributing to Spotify's increased output and the platform's robust growth this past year. Spotify laid off 6% of its workforce early in 2023 and another 2% in May. To soften the blow, Eck said Spotify will pay an average of 5 months severance, cover health care during that time, and provide immigration and career support. Last month, Spotify announced a revamped royalty model, which is supposed to give working artists a bigger cut while reducing fraudulent streams. Spotify has seen consistent growth since its launch and now counts 574 million monthly active users, up 26% over the same period last year. The company has always struggled to make a profit, though with its last quarter being a rare exception. Eck promised more information about what the changes will mean in the days and weeks ahead. But all of that will be cold comfort to employees suddenly finding themselves unemployed just before the holidays. Meta will soon remove a feature that lets you chat with Facebook friends on Instagram. Starting mid-December, the company will disconnect the cross-platform integration, which it added in 2020. It didn't provide a reason for doing so, but as 9 to 5 Google speculates, avoiding regulatory consequences in the EU sounds like a logical motive. Announced in 2019, the optional cross-platform integration went live a year later, blurring the lines between two of the company's most popular services. Meta says once mid-December 2023 rolls around, you'll no longer be able to start new chats or calls with Facebook friends from Instagram. If you have any existing conversations with Facebook accounts on Instagram, they'll become read-only. In addition, Facebook accounts will no longer be able to see your activity status or view read receipts. Finally, any existing chats with Facebook accounts won't move to your inbox on either platform. The EU designed its landmark Digital Markets Act, passed in 2022, as a deterrent against platform holders from gaining monopoly power or something close to it. If a company passes a revenue threshold and the European Commission deems the platform overly dominant, it can dole out a maximum penalty of 10% of its total global turnover from the previous year. Given the enforcement stick this provides the governing body, perhaps Meta saw the writing on the wall and deemed the Instagram/Facebook cross-messaging feature just not worth the risk. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Pranav Dixit, Steve Dent, and Will Shanklin, and was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more Engadget.